Welcome to My Sorare Journey, episode 68, and today it is a huge episode. We're giving away over £250 worth of Sorare cards. If you want to know how to possibly win these cards, just watch the whole video. They'll be explained in different giveaways throughout the video for people that support the channel. But besides that, of course, we're going to go into absolutely everything going on in Sorare and in my gallery. All of the trading I've done over summer. I'll reveal how much profit or loss I've made. I'll show you another stack that I'm building, as well as all of my teams in the current game week, and plenty more. Starting off with an absolutely huge sale in the gallery. £650 I managed to sell this card for. And I'm not sure if I've done the right thing. Quickly, I just want to say, how nice is this Roma kit, by the way? Like, honestly, I think they've just made one of the best kits this season. So I sold my Yuri Tillemans super rare card for about £650. I got about £660 for it in the end. But yeah, if we just look at his stats here, you can see he's a really steady scorer, right? He averages about 52 across like all of his games, and he has some nice peaks. He's not one of your absolute smashers on Sorare, but he's a nice gallery player that you can consistently play. You know he's going to score consistently, and sometimes with goals and assists, he's really going to push you up at that leaderboard. Now, I bought him in April for £605 off YNWA, and the key reason I was buying him is because I knew he was going to be a free transfer in the summer, leaving Leicester and essentially going elsewhere. We all know he's got the talents in terms of just actual football. Like, he's an absolute baller. So we knew he'd get a good club, or he knew he'd move somewhere. So the teams I really wanted and the links I was seeing were Liverpool, Newcastle, Borussia Dortmund. Anywhere there, he would slot in perfectly. And we all know, I'm sure, that he's gone to Aston Villa. And on the face of it, I was like, fantastic. He's going to smash Aston Villa. Guaranteed starter. Or so I thought. The more I actually researched into Villa's team, he's actually like a depth player. You know, he was going to play a lot of minutes, but he's not a guaranteed starter by any means. I put this post on Twitter about how good Aston Villa's team is for the current season and how Yuri Tillemans could play in the CDM role. And a lot of people reached out to me and were like, there's no way Boubacar Kamara does not start in that spot. Douglas Luiz is like 99% locked, like the best player in the team. He's not moving. You know, McGinn's been there for ages and they've got Diaby signed. So I thought he could also play left attacking mid where he kind of played for Leicester. But I've been told that Ramsey there is just absolutely fantastic for them. One of their young prospects and unlikely to get the spot there either. And while we're talking about Twitter, the first giveaway is live. All you have to do, subscribe to the channel, like and retweet this tweet, and I'll draw someone out as a winner. And they only get bigger from here, baby. Come on. So knowing that he's probably not going to start, I'm obviously looking to sell him. But no one wanted him because everyone had sort of realised the same sort of thing I was realising. But it all changed in one pre-season game. Villa smashed Lazio, and Tillemans had a fantastic game playing in that centre mid, centre attacking mid role. But the key difference is they changed formation to have two up front, which left three people in the centre of midfield, two centre mids and one CDM basically. And Tillemans played so well there that people thought that could be this starting role for new season, so I got a bit of interest. But overall, for the reasons I stated before, I didn't think long term he'd hold down that position, so I was happy to sell him in this deal. At the start of the season, Jacob Ramsey is injured then, so that left attacking mid spot is actually open. So on Play Sharper, I'm looking at the left attacking mid spot, and it's a 50% between Yuri and Buendia, so I've made the perfect decision. Until Buendia gets injured as well. So yeah, not sure if I've made the right choice there. Let me know what you think, because he's obviously going to be starting this season, and then if they get into a role where they're playing really well, he's just not going to be dropped. But I did need to get rid of a couple of super rares anyway, because it's not my priority division. Now, I've been trading over summer, trying to turn as much profit as I can, and I think I've done really well. Now, I'm going to give myself a little pat on the back here because I do think my shorts are underrated. I don't often tell people who I think you should buy, but I did make one short video this year on who I think you should buy, and let's give it a quick listen. For £3.96, Harry Winks seems like a good pickup, especially if he's moving to the Championship for Leicester. So Harry Winks, £3.96, currently trading at about £16, starting in that Leicester spot. Great first game of the season with a 56, and it could have been a lot higher. Canales for £3.95, seems like a really consistent scorer. Canales for £3.95, currently trading at £11 with a move to Mexico. With Neuer returning from injury for Bayern Munich, I think Sommer will be allowed to leave. That's why I've picked up two of his cards on Sorare for roughly £22. Jan Sommer for £22, currently Inter's starting goalkeeper, about £55. Vinicius Jr. is one of the best players in the world. For £180, he is very expensive. But if you compare him to £300 for Haaland, give me Vinicius Jr. every day. Vinny Jr. clearly not an under the radar scout, but £180 to £212, and you get to use him for the rest of the season. David Turnbull hasn't played much for Celtic recently, but because I know how talented he is, I think for £4 he's a decent pickup. £4 for David Turnbull then, maybe starting in the Celtic team this season. peaked at a price of £23, currently trading at about £15, and that could go even higher if he nails down that spot. I knew he had talent. I didn't see him coming in this early, but good on Brendan. Then for just over £7, you can pick up a few Tetes. Of course, relegated with Leicester, but returned from loan back to Shakhtar Donetsk. I think he's a better player than the league. They'll likely sell him to a different club. And then finally Tete was on the move. I was picking them up for £7, selling them now for about £18 after his move to Galatasaray. Now, I think these are pretty good pickups. Let me know what you think. But I know you want to know, how did you do on the other journey? How did you lose money? How did you make money? Let's start off with the biggest loser then. 2 Moussa Dembele cards, bought for about £10. Haven't actually sold them, but I'm going to say a sale price of £2. That would leave me with, £16 of losses and about 80% down on them after he moved to Saudi Arabia. Not a lot I could do there. Of course, some of my David Turnbull sales are going to be on the top side of my market, about 260% up on some of them. Crescencio Somerville stuck around at Leeds and about 200% up on some of his sales. Alex Garcia really shows what I wanted to show on this journey. I managed to sell a couple early, making 8%. At the high end now, as the season starts, I'm making 160%. Of course, I could have held them the entire way and made them all at 160%, but that's not how trading works. You want to be moving this money in and out as quickly as possible, making nice margins. That's a £723 realised profit then on an outlay of about £3,000, gives us about a 24% margin, but it gets even better because a lot of these cards that I haven't sold are not because they're at a loss. They're actually at a big profit, like Lunin, but they're just so good in the game weeks that I just need to play them. It's the same for Drewsbury Hall. It's the same for Crescencio Somerville. Canales I want to play. David Turnbull I want to play. Tete I want to put some matches in. So yeah, I'm really, really proud of how I've done on that journey so far. And to be honest, I think I'm going to continue it a little longer because I'm not ready to go out and buy my stack yet. Which means it's time for another giveaway. We're giving away Bakayoko Rare, obviously part of the AC Milan bundle that I purchased in order to try and flip out of them. Made a nice profit on them. I'm sure you've seen the short here. And in order to win this, you need to have already supported the channel, because I like to give back to people that have already supported the channel, as well as people that are looking to support the channel going forward. Therefore, I'll go and find one of my old videos and see who's commented on it and give it away to one person. Jeremy Mognon, it got about 300 views, so not one of the best performing videos, but there's still people here supporting, so I'll draw one of these winners and hopefully, yeah, they'll enjoy Bakayoko. Everyone's name is in then. I'll reach out to whoever the winner is, and if it is you and I can't reach you, reach out to me. So Rizu has won it. Congratulations to you, mate. Thank you for all the support. And whilst we're here, we'll do a little giveaway on how to trade over summer. One of my best videos with 2,000 views in the last 3 months. And yeah, I'll just do the same again. So I found the video, and also remember there are sites for this, so I don't need to manually put in all the names. I've just done it here. 14 unique comments, and the winner is going to be Mohan. Thank you, mate. If you are watching, I'll try and reach out to you. If not, reach out to me, drop a comment on here, let me know your Sorare name, and I'll send it across. All the best. Oh, didn't even mention what card that was for. That was for Federico Sacerni, so thank you very much. So in my last journey, I talk about how I'm going for the 5% collection bonus on FC Seoul. I have now completed that, and I'm really happy with this collection. The budget buys I was able to get, some really fantastic players. An under 23 defensive stack can go into so many teams for me. I thought, do you know what? Asia and America is a place to be right now. Stop going all out for Europe cards. I know they're a lot more fun. I know it's the league I enjoy most. Play it a little bit smart. So we've gone for another stack in the form of Kawasaki Frontale. So obviously they're not having the best of seasons for them. They're about 3rd or 4th in the J League. And usually, from what I've seen at least, they dominate it pretty consistently. So now seems like a great time to pick up their cards, because obviously being one of the best teams, they'll attract some of the best talents. And I'm sure they have one of the better scouting networks in the league as well, so they get some of the best young players. So you can pick up some of these rookie cards as well as top scorers like Mickey Yaman. And then, yeah, you can just hold them and you get the 5% collection bonus. It really seems like a no-brainer to me for the cost of some of these cards. Yeah, there's very little downside in my opinion. This time I did it a bit more efficiently, so the cards that I need high XP on, I'll go out and buy. The other cards that I want to get the 30% collection bonus on, I get from the auction. So I've done that a little bit more smarter. If you want to have more detail, that's in the last My Sorare Journey episode. Which means it's time for another giveaway. This one is on my Discord, and I've actually been doing it for the past year now. It's been a lot of fun. It's for those that support the channel and get involved in the Discord every week. The Discord is essentially just a group of football fans that enjoy talking together, that talk about Sorare, talk about Pookie, talk about anything football related. And in order to win these giveaways, I do every Friday a Beat Me challenge. So I'll put the challenge out there. This time, it's just you got to get a higher score than one of my teams. Everyone gets one entry. If you beat my score then, and I've had some absolutely stinker scores over the past year, you get yourself on the Hall of Legends. You can see this is how it went last year, with the VIP being Forest Cannon and Golden Goal. Now, this isn't just a whale competition because I switch up the requirements, so sometimes it's lower score wins, sometimes you have to enter a cap 220 team. There'll be loads of different requirements every single week, and then essentially every time you beat me, you'll get entered into the draw. I'll do a monthly draw for the winners, and the first month winner is getting Amadou Haidara rare card from Leipzig. But that's not it, because that's just for the first month. That's for the end of August. If you're playing in September when it comes around, we will give away Luis Diaz. So I changed the requirements so it's not just people jumping in there, putting their teams. I want people that are active in the Discord, that enjoy football, help people out when they need it, give their advice, give their suggestions. That is what these prizes are meant for. Now, one of my best videos was when I finally won first place on Sorare. But the big issue with that is, it was almost a year ago. So I've gone a year without winning, and that seems completely reasonable. Like, I was playing a lot, higher divisions this year. But what it makes me want to do is set some goals for the upcoming year, because I've got a decent gallery now. Now, of course, I don't even know how my gallery is going to look, because I'm still yet to go out and spend a lot of this money. I've got about, close to £3,000 now that I can put in to a new team or a new stack. But I don't know whether I'm going limited, rare, maybe even super rare now. I'm debating it again because I've got some nice super rare cards of Leipzig, so maybe I could stack them. But I just want to set myself some goals so I can look back and see how I did. First up then, we need a win. Of course we do. It's been too long. We need to go out there and secure a trophy. It's going to be difficult the more popular Sorare gets, but that's the task. Accompanying that then, I think we need at least 3 podiums and 5 top 10s. Now, obviously a win will obviously count as a podium. A win will also count as a top 10. But yeah, I think that's just a good goal to try and set yourself. Really, I have no idea. I might be focusing on, cap divisions all year and just focusing on grinding out ETH or something like that. But that's what I'm going to put as my goals, and we'll come back to this next year and see how I did. And we're going to try and start this weekend. We have 14 teams out, which is a good start, because obviously I've got so many limited cards from all my trading, and some of them are top scorers, so I've held on to them a little longer. Starting off, we've got Lionel Messi with 142 last night, because obviously I've capped him in the 270. The only reason I managed to get to do that was because of a player that I've kept. I've kept Lunin. Courtois has an injury, and that means he's probably going to play, and he has a 9 last average, so that's fantastic for me. And in terms of profit as well, I'm picking these guys up for like £14, so I might need to go and sell one at the same time. I did actually have an absolute stinker with Luna, and I forgot I had one on listing for no reason. So I sold it for £18, where like in the same minute he would have sold for like £65. So yeah, the trading journey could have been a lot better, don't get me wrong. Sorare announced that they are upping the Champion Europe prize pools. As a gallery that is 90% Champion Europe cards, it's a big win for me. This is the card I'm trying to do it with. I think it's actually good for Sorare in the long term. I think Champion cards should have that premium, so giving out more cash rewards just makes a little bit more sense. I'm trying to use the Lunin cheat code in Cap 240 as well, so that should get me some ETH, but hopefully it can push on for card prizes. My all-star team is very solid, and maybe we pick up some ETH in the Cap 240 rare lineup as well. It's going to be tough because Remy Cabella didn't put up too much of a big score last night, but I think it's time for the big giveaway then, Vinicius Junior Limited. So I picked this guy up for about £175. He's trading for about £200. Who knows what price he'll be trading at when he actually gets given away, because in order to win this, all you have to do is support the channel. Just comment on any single video or short I make until the end of the season. That will give you more opportunities. Obviously, 1 comment per video. You can't just spam comment one of them. And, that helps grow this channel. That helps gets videos out there. All the effort I'm putting in, it gets a little bit further out there. So thank you very much for everyone that does comment and does support. And then at Christmas time, we'll draw the winner and someone will get Vinicius Junior. On top of that, I'm sure there'll be more to give away. Just at this stage, I haven't got them set out on who I'm going to give away. But comment, liking the videos, subscribing to the channel. It will help me, and I'll try and give back to those that do it, as I always try and do. If you like this video, like, please do, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, football's back. Come on, all the best, cheers. Actually, there has been some development, so before you go, there's 2 important things I want to talk about. A new £300 player joined the club last night in the form of Ashraf Hakimi. So I was watching the game and he put up a 95 with no decisives. So obviously a fantastic, fantastic score. It was 0-0 and like his last 5, 80. We all know he's a fantastic player, right? But the key is, I was dancing with the devil again. Pavel Trader. I promised I wouldn't do it, but this is the deal that I've made. So on the face of it, he gets £377, I get £315. By my calculations, that's just under his 20%, right, that he needs. But a lot of these valuations I don't think are fair values. For example, Hugo Lloris has price spiked hugely when he was linked with Real Madrid. But Kepa's already gone there, so surely now is a good time to offload him. Fraser Foster, the same thing. He was up at £80. I don't really understand why he pumped. You know, I'm pretty sure he's nailed as like a third choice or second choice for Spurs, but it doesn't really matter. And Verratti, he was up at like £116 average, but now he's already down at 80 because obviously everyone thinks he's moving to Saudi. I could buy Verratti back, but let me know if you think I've made the right or wrong decision here, because there's a lot more upside in this if Verratti goes to Chelsea, Hugo Lloris goes, well, anywhere, starting spot really. And then Hakimi's obviously just a great scorer where I did need a defender in my rare team. So I'm a little bit unsure about it. I am happy now, but I could see it going wrong. So let me know what you think about that. But more importantly is what I'm trying to teach you here. This is my under 23 lineup for today. And although we're talking about goals of winning the divisions and podiuming 3 times and, you know, all those top 10s and stuff, it doesn't actually matter because people are getting the wrong idea with how to play Sorare, in my opinion. A lot of people just think, okay, well, Celtic are going to have a great year, so I'm just going to go out and buy a Celtic stack, I'll get the collection bonus on top of that, and we'll do great. But that's not really how you should be thinking about it. You should be looking at your returns based on your outlay. For example, in my opinion, despite being a Celtic fan, I don't want to go out and get a Celtic stack because they're so expensive compared to what you would need to return from them. Now, of course, I do think we'll have a great season under Brendan. I absolutely love our team. But because everyone's doing the same thing, that pushes the prices up, you know, on exceptionally high. So you want to look for a team that people aren't really thinking about that can do really well. That's what you see with FC20 last year, and to a degree Benfica as well. I know towards the end of it, the better they do, the more people pick them up. But you want to get in early when people aren't thinking about them. And this is a similar tale to this team, but not exactly. Well, I guess it is because not many people are buying, you know, the Asia cards at the minute, which is why they're so cheap. But I've put this entire team together for £43 in under 23. That just needs like a tier 2 or a tier 1 to return the whole value. And that's far better than just buying a Bayern Munich stack or a Real Madrid stack or a Man City stack and just sitting on that and hoping it does well. So do go out and buy collections and take advantage of that 5% collection bonus. But just because creativity doesn't get you SO5 points doesn't mean it doesn't have an impact, because the more people doing the same thing, the more expensive the cost is based on the return, and the harder it is for you to get those top prizes as more people are doing the same thing as you. And just to finish off finally, we had a great Saturday of scores. I mean, look at this cap 270 team, no one below an 80 in a cap division with Skamanski in a great fixture, Koundé with a great fixture, top place on the leaderboards already at 500 points. It's going to be near impossible to catch, but there is a potential to do it. Anywhere in the prize pool, you know, anything up from like 40th place, anything at tier 1 would be absolutely great. Cap 240 limited looks like we're going to get $5 of ETH. Cap 240 rare looks like we're going to get $50 of ETH. It's been really good. Champion Europe was also a Vinicius Junior goal away from being fantastic. So it's been a great start. Football's back. I hope you enjoyed the content. All the best to you. Cheers. Bye.